I don't know whose mic was on mute. I'm not on mute. Okay. One second. One second. There's a PowerPoint. Great. Find the point. The process, I deleted the file. So strange. Recycle bin में रहेगी. No, I didn't save, I think. Not in the recycle bin. It was a PPT file. You can see the file, but it's not opening. Sorry. I didn't save it. Can you check? This is outcome. So it should be chapter 2. This is fine. This chapter 2. Where is it? You can choose those people. It's saved, right? Should have been saved. So close it once and open it. Chapter 2.
Sir, just go back to Google Meet. Did you get it?
I became like Arjuna, perplexed. Some error was coming. So not my mistake. I cannot make mistake. It's all computer's mistake. Okay. So I was saying, everybody's there. Okay. Amma is there. That's good. So sin is not in the action. It is always in the reaction. Divya, suppose a person takes a knife and cuts another person. Is it a good action or bad action? No, suppose a person takes a knife and cuts another person. You have to choose one, good action or bad action. Or you have to give a reason. Just an action. It depends on the intention. Suppose a doctor, it's a good action. Suppose a robber, it's a bad action. So it is therefore, it's not the action that matters, the intention behind it. Arjuna is not intending to kill his guru, he is just fighting a war. So Krishna is explaining, the point is, sin is always in the intention. So we should always function with good intention. Action doesn't matter. Like a mother slapping a child. Sometimes we have to be cruel only to be kind. Arjuna was completely confused. He was blabbering, forgetting his main mission. Mission was to win the war. He was displaying false vairagya. The whole purpose of the war was not to earn more wealth. The purpose of the battle was not to earn more wealth. So he was saying, what is the use of heaven? What is the use of money? What is the use of enjoying all the riches in the kingdom by winning the war when all this will be tainted by the blood of my family members? This is all irrelevant rubbish, because that whole exercise was not for his wealth, not for enjoying the kingdom. It was a good government, was a bad government. So it was all false vairagya. False vairagya means false sense of giving up. A boy is very, very interested in a girl, and the girl is not saying yes. So then he goes to his friends and says, what is in a marriage? Did Swami Vivekananda marry? Did Christ marry? So all this is false vairagya. The moment the girl says, yeah, I'm ready to marry you, all that false vairagya will go. So it's not the true giving up. And then he has the first sign of doubt. He says, Krishna, I don't know what is to be done. Should I fight the war or should I run away? Thank God he had the doubt. Till this doubt doesn't come, till we think that we know everything, there is no learning. Learning cannot happen if we have the thought that I know everything. We do not know everything until we reach the state of reality, which is the state of absolute truth. The example is only our dream. When we fall into a dream, with reference to the dream, we will always be in a realm of ignorance. How much ever knowledge we have in the dream, we'll always be in a realm of ignorance. Waking up is a totally different experience. When we wake up from the dream, from the waking state point of view, we know everything that has happened in the dream. Till that happens, so the knowledge of the waking state is absolute knowledge with reference to the dream. Similarly, until we reach the absolute knowledge, there is Upanishad called the Chandogya Upanishad. That's where this great Mahavakya comes. Mahavakya is a great statement of truth. Tat Tvam Asi, that thou art. You are not the body, mind, intellect, you are that supreme self. So that Mahavakya comes from there. There, the father sends the son to study in his guru's house. And he lives for many years and studies and comes back. And then the father very, very excitedly asks, oh, so what have you learned? He says, I have learned everything. And the father knew that no person who has learned anything will say, I know everything. So then the father internally is disappointed, but he doesn't show that disappointed. And he says, have you learned that? Having known which, there is nothing else to be known. Have you learned that? Having known that, there is nothing else to be known. Then his son says, what is that knowledge? I have not learned that. Then slowly, the father gives him the knowledge of Atma Vidya. So the point is, we should keep our doors of learning open. Fortunately, Arjuna says, Krishna, I don't know what to do. You guide me. And there is a surrender. Arjuna surrenders in the 7th verse. And he says, I am thy disciple. So very, very important is to remember knowledge is always taken, never given. I will not come to your house that we have to give you this knowledge. You will have to come and take it here. So, because otherwise you're talking to a wall. You hit a ball, it comes back. It will hurt you back. Never, it's not like you're waiting, somebody will say, now I am your disciple and I fall at your feet. No. Receptivity must be there. There must be knowledge is always taken, never given. Till then, keep quiet, lead the way. In chapter 3, it says, render your life attractive. Render your life spiritually attractive. Now, what is this spiritually attractive? Yesterday, somebody was asking me, there is a friend of mine. If all other friends are saying, if she is coming, I am not coming. She is coming, I'm not coming. She is asking me, what is in that person, which is, see, what makes a person attractive or magnetic is your unselfishness, your sacrificial nature, your lack of ego. That makes a person magnetic. Why are we attracted to a saintly person? He's full of love. There is no ego. There is no selfishness. So, why am I saying that? Till if you want to change others, you lead the way. You render your actions spiritually attractive. You show kindness. You show calmness under pressure. You show cheerfulness. Even if things are going wrong, you are cheerful because you're light-hearted, because you have higher values. When we have no higher values of life, we are very, very dependent on the world. But when we have a higher vision of life, that itself gives detachment. Out of the detachment, you will solve the problem. Imagine you're playing a Monopoly game, and out of the 3, 4 children, one child is cheating. Now it's a big problem for the other 3. Oh, he's cheating, he's winning. How can no, 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 no. As an adult, you know exactly how to handle it because you're above it. Exactly how to handle it. You don't get affected. So you are light-hearted, you are cheerful, you are unselfish, you are doing your obligations well, your kindness, your compassion. Then you are spiritually attractive. Add to that devotion and knowledge. So till we, I mean, if you have to change others, live a spiritual life. So what's the message of the Gita? Gita is not a retirement plan where you give up on life. No, it's a life where you combine dynamic actions with peace. You learn higher values of life and eventually gain the knowledge of discovering your true self. What is this self? We know the body, we know our mind, we can understand the intellect, but we don't know what is behind them, what is enlivening them. See, the bulb is giving light. The fan is moving. That fan is not moving. This fan is moving. The air conditioner cools, the heater heats. But what is behind all this? Electricity. Electricity we cannot see, but without electricity, all this will not happen. That fan is not moving because electricity is not there. So similarly, body, mind, intellect is matter, which doesn't matter. Matter has no life in it. What enlivens matter is the spirit, the self, the Atman, Brahman. So what is our relationship with the Atman? That is the main message of the Gita. Dharma mama. Dharma kshetra. The Gita starts with Dharma kshetra, ends with the word mama. Mama means mine. Dharma means nature. What is my essential nature? Am I the body? No. Am I the mind? No. Am I the intellect? No. We are not a physical, emotional, intellectual personality. We are a spiritual being. We are not human beings that need a spiritual life. We are spiritual beings going through a human life. We have to regain back our true identity. The message of the Gita is given in between the two armies. Pandava army was good, Kaurava army was bad. Arjuna tells Krishna, take me ahead. I want to inspect. And while inspecting, he collapsed. So the message of the Gita was given between good and bad. The Bhaja Govindam says, Punya, Apunya, Vivarjinda Pantaha. The spiritual path is between good and bad. Meaning, if you have a good desires, which is very good, if you have good desires, you will be peaceful and happy. But still, you will be attached to your personality. You will enjoy good things in the world, but you will still be part of the world. If you have bad desires, selfish desires, negative desires, there will be a lot of hell. Hell means suffering. There will be agitation, there will be physical discomfort, there will be humiliation. So there will be suffering. Bad desires lead you to a negative life. Good desires lead you to a good life, but you remain as a human being. So what is our goal? Like the message of Navratri. First 3 days you worship Goddess Kali to eradicate the bad desires. Next 3 days you worship Goddess Lakshmi to develop good desires like kindness, unselfishness, knowledge, etc., patience, tolerance. Then finally, Goddess Saraswati, the knowledge is beyond good and bad lies selflessness. When you are functioning selflessly means you're functioning without ego. When you transcend the ego, you gain back your divine nature, which is the supreme self. So it's a symbolic. The Gita is given between good and bad. Then he starts with this profound truth. Gata sun and agata sun. Krishna starts with this message. There are 2 types of people in the world. First, I'll crack the joke, then I'll give what Krishna says. There are 2 types of people in the world. One who work hard and one who hardly work. But the real message is, there are 2 types of people in the world. One who have gone, and we are in the other category. We are waiting to go. One who have died, and one who are waiting to die. 100 years ago, I'm just repeating what I've heard, I don't know how many times from Swamiji. 100 years ago in this place, in the Zoom class, there were different set of people. There was no Zoom, but I'm just saying. 100 years ago. Now, there is a different set of people. 100 years from now, or if you think you will live 100 years, 150 years from now, there will be a different group of people. So what exactly is happening? We are all going somewhere. We don't know where. There is a transportation problem. Some people have got their bus. They've already gone. We are waiting for our bus. We don't know when it will come. So Arjuna's worry is that, oh, how can I kill? Are Baba, anyway their bus will come. The bus for Drona and Bhishma and anyway bus will come, they will go. So see the panoramic view of life. If you are looking at your body, life is ephemeral. It has a beginning and an end. But in and through this, there is something permanent that we have to find. What is that permanent? I also thought this is a mistake. I wrote the I. I is permanent. As in the Old Testament, he says, I am that I am. That I remains in all our experiences. I see, I hear, I smell, I taste, I touch. We have discussed it a lot, but that's the message. The I remains. Right now, we are in the waking state. There are 3 states of consciousness, Vidya. Waking state, you are awake. If I become too boring, slowly people will fall off to sleep. But that's why try not to be boring. In sleep, you are in deep sleep. Or you could fall into a dream, in the dream. But in the waking state, I am saying I am Basap. In the dream state, I say I am Federer. In the deep sleep state, I say I am zero. But the I continues. I never leaves you. What is that I? I is always there with you. So that I is the self, permanent. 13th verse says, 13th verse had said, the body at one point were a little child, a little girl, young lady, elderly lady, old woman. So the body will constantly go through death, and Krishna says, not only that, the body will pass through these different stages of life and go into the next embodiment. So he is clearly hinting at reincarnation. Most of you would have done reincarnation. See, in death, people say soul moves. Soul is the supreme self, is the God principle. The nature of the God principle, it is all pervading. Object can move from a place, this duster is here, I can take it, there's a duster here. I can take it here because it's not here. Any movement can take place from our object can move from a place where it is to a place where it is not. Something which is all pervading, which is everywhere, like space. Space cannot move. God, by definition, is all pervading. It is everywhere. How can God move? No. What you have to remember is everything is happening in the medium of consciousness. We don't see it, we don't understand it, but the fact of life is everything is happening in the medium of consciousness. It's unknown to us. So use a known example. What is a known example? The moment we talk about fish, what is understood? There is water. We don't have to keep on saying water, 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 water. The fish is born, lives, dies in water. Everything is happening in the water. You don't have to say the fish was born in water. Fish went to school in water. Fish got married in water. You don't have to keep on saying water, water, water. Fish means everything. Whatever is happening in the life of a fish, it's happening in the medium of water. Birds means whatever is happening in the life of birds, it's happening in the medium of air. So known to unknown. Whatever is happening in the life of a human being, it is all happening in the medium of consciousness. Consciousness is everywhere. This is by definition. So what is happening at the death? At the time of death, the body is here. In fact, the body is made up of earth, water, fire, air, and space. You can clearly see this going at the time of death. First, breath stops, air goes. Body becomes cold. If the body is hot, means the person is still alive. Huh? Don't cremate it. Body becomes cold, fire goes. The earth, the material of the body, so then the water starts oozing out. That's why they put all the cotton, because all will start. So water goes, air stops, heat goes away. The body is either burnt or buried. So earth goes back to earth, and the space the body occupies also goes. So body is made up of these elements. We know what is happening to the body. Atman is all pervading. So what is traveling? The subtle body. The subtle body is our desires, is our feelings, is our vasanas, is our tendencies, is our inclinations, is our the karmic consequences of what all we have done. All that this is all the subtle body. Vasanas, mind, intellect, all this is subtle body. In fact, the subtle body, the causal body, vasanas are causal body, and the mind and intellect, the subtle body. What is death? When my subtle body decides, that's exactly verse 22. Krishna says, when the shirt is dirty, this is Krishna's language, not my language. When the shirt is dirty, what will I do? I will throw this shirt and wear a new shirt. Similarly, not just a thought, the subtle body, the totality of the subtle body decides the change. When my subtle body decides, no, this gross body is useless, I drop this gross body and acquire a new gross body. All this is happening in the medium of consciousness. We cannot prove it, but this gives a beautiful picture of what exactly is happening in life. When the person dies, you can't say he's gone forever and ever. That is a very, very unscientific thing to say. Today, while crossing the road, if I die, what happens to all my desires? Maybe I have desire to see the world, I have desire to spread the knowledge, I have desire to be with my friends, whatever it is. All that desire can't go into nothing. The totality of desires, see, when we change environment, why are you all here? Because you want to learn the Gita. When the desire to learning the Gita gets over, what is the next desire? Let's say we'll have breakfast. So you'll be in a dining hall. Desire for food gets over, you go to the next desire. Maybe I want a movie. You're in a movie theater. So we are moving from environment to environment, experience to experience based on our desires. Similarly, embodiment also, as long as your embodiment can satisfy your desires, you are in that embodiment. So there is nothing to fear. Everything is graceful. It's a promotion. It's a progression. When this body is not enough, you will go to a next embodiment. Every night we have a mini death. When we go to sleep, it's a mini death. And you wake up in the same body. In that physical death which we are worried about, again we'll go to a long sleep. How will you die? Depends on your karma. Whether you will die. And a plane crash and all is actually very patak. Before you die, instead of going to a ICU and this drip and that drip. But accident is painful for us, but it's a very quick thing for the person going away actually. I'm not wishing anything like that, but I'm just saying. I'm just giving food for thought. So, manner of death depends on our karma. When we will die, it's not in our hands. 95% of the suicide attempts are failures because they may want to commit suicide, but the subtle body is still not ready. And for 5%, it coincides. So, don't worry about death at all. Live life fully. Live life fully, knowing that death could happen any moment. Yours or anybody else's. Therefore, we got to live fully. And keep this in the back of the mind. Philosophy is to prepare yourself to understand the realities of life. The more you are prepared, the less agitated you will. The less you are prepared, the more agitated you will be. You'll be fluctuating. And you understand, okay, death means a long sleep and you wake up. And you wake up in what? Your desires will choose. Suppose you need a butterfly body. Suppose you feel, it's such a nice butterfly and it keeps on flying here and there, nothing to worry, no job, no family, aram se. You get a butterfly body. Suppose you are attacking. Nature says no. Human body you cannot attack, you will get a body of a tiger. You attack. Or a lizard. Suppose you want to sleep, you will become what is that called? A rhinoceros or hippopotamus. So depending on your desires, you will acquire different bodies. So nothing to worry. Worry is have good desires now. Okay. That's verse 13. So subtle body will move from this gross body to that gross body. That's death. It is in verse 13. Verse 14. Very, very important. Verse 14 talks about Titiksha, Ganesha's favorite. It says, what is life? I know with what stretch of imagination I was thinking I will summarize 53 verses in one class. Not possible. We do 14. We'll see. There's no need to rush. And see, every thought is a beautiful thought. Because it's from the scriptures, not my thought. It's from the scriptures. So just retain those thoughts, understand those thoughts. Slowly, slowly, life will improve. In verse 14, Sri Krishna presents a beautiful picture of life. He says, all our life's experiences are impermanent. Pleasure will come, pain will come. He says, heat will come, cold will come. Oh Arjuna, endure them. Oh Bharatarshava, endure them. Enduring, the correct word is titiksha. Titiksha is a capacity to put up with inconvenience with pleasure, gracefully, peacefully, calmly. Titiksha is a capacity to put up with difficulties, inconvenience, cheerfully, gracefully, peacefully, calmly. It's a capacity which we develop when we gain this knowledge. When we are very superficial, we get irritated, annoyed with everything. So when you love someone, out of that love, you should be able to sacrifice. What is that sacrifice? Put up with that person's negativities or weaknesses gracefully, calmly. Because we all understand, everybody is stuck with some negativities. We are all stuck with some negativities. Somebody has 8 positive qualities, 2 negative qualities. Somebody has 8 negative qualities, 2 positive qualities. If your karma is good, you are with a good person. If your karma is bad, you are with a very difficult person. Now, what do you do? If you have to love that person, practice titiksha. Put up with that inconvenience, difficulty, challenge, peaceful, graceful. So as we develop our intellect, as we identify with the self, the spirit, the capacity to practice titiksha keeps on increasing. There is no limit to it. Just a thought of the higher. So whole life is, wherever difficulty comes, endure it peacefully. It's coming because of some reason. It's coming because of some higher. It's coming as though ordained by something higher. It's not like you're quoting it. If you can avoid it, avoid it. But if it's an obligation, like I say, I go to a shopkeeper, he insults me. I don't have to go to that next shop. I can go to see if it's the only shop, I'll still go and I'll get my job done. Why he's insulting? That's his problem, not my problem. Why are you taking it? Like Buddha says, if I give this watch to Gopika and Gopika says, no, I don't want it, sir, then who does it belong to? To me only, no? Similarly, I say, hey, idiot. Now that fellow said, I don't need this word. And who does it belong to? It belongs to me. So if somebody insults, why are you taking it? That's objectivity. No, how can you say like that? Are, how can you say like that? Just because we can say something, he can also say something. We only have the right to say something, is it? Just as we have a right to say anything to anybody, others have a right to say anything to anybody. Are we going to dictate terms to others? No, you should say this, you should say this, you should. Everybody has a right to say something. So I'm saying, okay, if you're a parent, you tell the child what to say. But with others, what jurisdiction, Swami used to say, what jurisdiction you have to control other people's life? No jurisdiction. You have to control only your life. So somebody will insult. So, okay, shopkeeper insults, I go to the next shop. But if a family member insults, I can't go to the next family member. So that then becomes my obligation. I have to face it. How? Practice titiksha. Endure it. Endure it gracefully, peacefully, calmly. That's life. All experiences are impermanent. They come and go. Pleasure will come and go. Pain will come and go. Joy will come and go. Sorrow will come and go. One way of living life is practice titiksha. Endure it. Anybody has any question? Nice to see you, Shotapa, for a long time. Yes, Divya. So it's about, within your body there is this mind, which is your feelings, emotions, your desires. It's a sort of a uncontrolled flow of thoughts. From the time you're awake to the time you go to sleep, the mind is going here and there. But beyond the mind, a human being alone has an intellect. Intellect is the capacity to observe your mind, to channelize your mind, to think, to reason, is this good or bad, right or wrong, to judge and come to a conclusion. The thinking capacity, the contemplating capacity is the intellect. The capacity to understand, that's the intellect. The role of the intellect is to observe the mind and manage the mind. Now, not gracefully is complaining and grumbling and getting irritated. How can you behave like this? You are not accepting which is sort of naturally coming there, which could be good and bad. Naturally, somehow will be hot. Naturally, that person is not a very well-developed person, so that person is getting irritated. So now, disgraceful or not graceful or calmness, you also get irritated. And you say, you are irritated, that's why I'm irritated. Says that, no. That person can be irritated, but don't give the remote control of your life to that person. That comes from an intellect. Calm, graceful. And then will I be able to take the class better when I am calm and composed or very irritated and agitated? Irritation and agitation will, suppose you come and say, I'm lying down, sleeping and lying down. Ganesh will say, sir, you call and you're sleeping down, get up, do something. Then I start functioning. But once I'm already functioning, I need to stay calm. Calmness under pressure. You be cool, calm, and then you do your best. So to handle a difficult situation, you have to stay calm and cool, then think clearly and act well. So grace is accepting things as they are.
The great contest, Trump and Modi, we can see Trump is constantly, resemblance and
let's not get into politics. Somebody may love Trump and hate Modi. So let's focus on anybody who is smart and thinking for the welfare of others is a good person. Anybody who is thinking of personal benefit or benefiting a community by destroying other communities is not the right person. India is all about, we are always helping others. We never go out and fight. We only defend. Okay. We'll end the class with the prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you, everyone. Next week class should be normal, 9:45.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Vasudha.
Thank you.
Where did you come from, Divya?
Thank you.